Anyway. Hello, we are here.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
We're at Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valleyton.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's FF episode 2852. I'm great. How are you? Thanks for asking. And here we're going to do this podcast. It's true that having a pet can be expensive, and that is why sometimes I get so pensive about thinking about getting another dog, because I had the late great Basil the Boxer for so long.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But it was expensive. It was a big chunk of my life. It was very rewarding, but you have to be prepared for that.
Mike's
The
Daily
Bernie Doodle
Podcast
is the most expensive breed.
Yeah!
Bernie Doodle? I don't know that one. The least expensive is a Shih Tzu. Really? I would have not thought of that. Let's see. Bernie Doodle are they're the cute, fluffy guys that look like kind of it's got the Newfoundland, is it the Newfoundland look? That with the black and the brown and the white chest, and a Labradoodle, Golden Doodle type face with the fluffy and almost like an old English sheepdog. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly, but this is quasi-radio, so you have to use your imagination. The average dog parent may spend anywhere from, it's a Bernese Mountain Dog and a poodle. Got it. That's what it is. Bernese Mountain Dog. The average dog parent may spend anywhere from $80 to $440 per month on their dog. Annually, a dog could cost their humans anywhere from $100 to $5,225 per year. This is an increase of 55% since last year.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I guess with all this talk about dogs, I gotta have the late great Basil the Boxer, so I have a picture of him from the past. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Lots of great pictures of him. Or I should just post a picture of a cat. No, we'll do Basil. Yes. So, expenses are due to the rise. Nearly a third of pet parents have reduced their spending in other areas. That's right, Basil. That's what they did. That's what they're doing, Basil. How much does a dog cost per year? So for food, it can be anywhere from $560 up to $4,000 and beyond. Treats and chews.
Pretty interesting.
Those total about $380. Toys, $125 per year. And the annual checkup is at least $130. I know, it can go way up from that, but
Which is a very good thing.
No, it's not.
Which is a very, very good thing.
That should be one of his running platforms, is that we're going to help pet owners. We're going to establish a fund to help pet owners. Now, I got all this from Rob Black. I produce his podcast. He is on AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings. And he is also on...
It's Mikey Fikey. Great.
In the Bay Area, that is. And he's on Cron Television in the 9 o'clock hour, Monday through Thursday. He says, my Amazon orders show leash, food bowls, crate, bed, toys, treats, and poop bags. That's ridiculous. Never pay for poop bags.
That's a nightmare of a show.
No. It's not a nightmare of a show talking about poop bags. In fact, you can get a poop bag from just about anything. Anything. For one thing, in the Bay Area, especially if you walk anywhere in the East Bay Regional Park District, there are all these poop bags that are free. You just pull them out.
Everybody make some noise!
Oh, no. Who's here now?
Bringing to you.
No.
Live.
Interrupting my podcast. What? Podcaster Valleyton?
Podcaster Valleymont.
Close enough.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Oh, it's the show that you're currently listening to. That's what just interrupted us. Yeah, so there's all that free stuff, and what I used to use was bread bags, the bags that bread comes in, those bags, they're pretty hefty. And they're small and able to pick up stuff. There's just you use your imagination. You don't have to pay for poop bags. Some people are like, no, Mike, I throw trash out. I don't recycle.
What's the cliche of the week?
Because there is recycling.
What's the cliche of the week?
Putting it in that recycle container.
What's the cliche of the week?
Or you can inner recycle.
What's the cliche of the week?
Recycle within your own house. So that's what I was doing. Now, I found that some bags really did not work. A lot of the frozen vegetable bags, frozen fruit or vegetable bags, they just were shaped in a weird way, and you couldn't tie them off right.
What's the cliche of the week?
Cats are a little bit easier.
What's the cliche of the week?
If they're doing it outside,
What's the cliche of the week?
they bury it and you never find it.
What's the cliche of the week?
It's quite miraculous. Let's see, so... Oh, wow, here's the thing. Dog boarding. This is something I would never do, is board a dog, put a dog in a kennel. Never do it. I know people that do it. My lovely lady friend has a very, very wealthy friend, and what she does is the dog goes into a daycare every day. This is in the Chicago area. And every day the dog comes home with a report card. And the report card will say something like, let's say the dog's name Billy. Billy did really well today. Billy behaved really well, was playing with toys. It was great. And in some days it's,
Ridiculous random post.
Billy's doing ridiculous random posts and jealous. He's very jealous of the other dogs. So what are you supposed to do as an owner? All right, I guess I got to hire a private trainer. What? No, who knows? Who knows what's going on in the climate of the inside the inner sanctum of a dog kennel is what I'm saying, or what do they call it? A boarding house. But it's something for them to do, I guess. I don't know.
Newsbleed section.
I'm not really for that, but in my rest of my newsbleed section here, the average for a dog walker is about $20 per walk. Interesting. How long does that walk last? I guess, because I was very much considering becoming a dog walker. I think everybody that saw, was it Her Shoes or My Shoes or whatever with Toni Collette and Cameron Diaz?
Mike rips someone a new one.
She quits her big-time Wall Street job. As we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. I'm not going to rip that movie a new one because that movie meant a lot when I watched it on a plane trip back from Florida, and I just seen my mom. And there's a line one of the characters says when they fly to Florida. They go, "Wow, I'm in Florida." And I could totally relate, but... yeah, Toni Collette becomes a dog walker. Outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth.
Mike tip.
I guess that's my tip. That's my rip. Is Toni Collette. Man, the character she plays, good for her as an actress for what the work that she grapples, but oh my. I have a tough time watching her in movies because it's always some very serious, very... uncomfortable character of some sort. I don't know if that applies to Sixth Sense, but some of the stuff.
Mike's scavenger hunt.
When I find her in a movie or a TV show, I know it's going to be serious, is what I'm saying. Emergency vet bills I find here, they are usually almost $3,000. That is definitely true. If you go to an emergency vet, try to avoid those as best you can. Sometimes you absolutely can't, but it's always going to cost a lot. And a dental cleaning for a dog, and I don't understand that at all, but I know people that do it, because you could just as easily teach your dog to brush. I brush Basil's teeth every night. I found this toothpaste he really liked, and he would let me get in there. He was trying to get to the food, but in the meantime, I'm getting in there and brushing his teeth. I did that all the way up to the end. But that cost, to get it professionally done, $1,145.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
Okay, this is the tough one. This is my absolutely useless review, but there is a cost for the end-of-life care. That will come out to, typically, $3,240. I don't know what my review is about all this, except that I had to go through it. And I did not put Basil to sleep, but I tried my best. It was difficult because people said to me, you'll know when it's time to say goodbye. And it's
Live and loco.
so hard to say goodbye to your doggy. But he was just still hanging on and still full of life, and it was tough. But that's my live and loco discussion on pets and cats. Cats, I don't even know. This didn't cover cats, but cats live a long time, it seems like. But I had some friends that went through the whole thing where their cat had a disease, and it was he was old, so they had to say goodbye to him. But yeah,
Mike's Daily Podcast Master Pod Eater.
I now bring you House of the Cat. Meow. Yes. Meow. You want me to bring you some cat food, but the wet kind? Meow. You got it. Because I live in your house, I will bring that to you. I am your servant. No, House of the Dragon. That was odd. HBO is relying on that. HBO Sunday nights are back. Remember Sunday nights? In the past, there was like TV shows like The Sopranos, Big Love. They always put them on Sunday nights, HBO did. Well, HBO Max is going for it again with the Game of Thrones, the second season of the Game of Thrones spinoff, House of the Dragon. It premiered to nearly
Matthew's News.
8 million viewers. That's the news. The streamer's biggest day ever for Max. HBO could use a hit. It's been a while since Succession or The White Lotus. Max has nearly 100 million subscribers, but it's still lagging behind Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney Plus. The tentpole TV. Now, it's interesting though. Amazon Prime Video offers Max.
Wine.
Well, I like
The Whiny White Man Wine List.
And for an added fee, so that sucks. Why with all the added fees? Oh, and an Amazon Prime My Whiny White Man Wine List. They got all these ads now that they're starting to put into certain shows, but. The tentpole TV era, Americans tend to subscribe to a streamer just to watch one show. That's what we want. We want that one show, so we subscribe.
News Random.
And in the rest of my random news, Amazon reportedly spent close to $1 billion making its The Rings of Power. That's for Prime Video, and yes, that's the Lord of the Rings spin-off thingy. Shogun, that was a breakout hit for Disney's Hulu. Who knew? Apple's hyping a season 2 of Severance for Apple TV+. Netflix has split Bridgerton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard about that. Into 2 parts, months apart, to keep subscribers, because who knows what's going on with Stranger Things. And subscription fatigue sets in. There were a record 500 million plus subscription cancellations in the first quarter of this year, which I was very much about to do.
The Myclopedia Insanika.
Because as we look at the Myclopedia Insanika, all of the lovely channels that we subscribe to and pay a little extra for PBS Masterpiece, BritBox, and Acorn TV, because we like all those British shows. And for some reason, you can't get all the British shows on one streamer. Who knew? But that's all through Amazon Prime, which my lovely lady friend is also paying for. So to cancel any of them, I would probably say PBS Masterpiece, because it's really lagging. There's very little. Although there's a show called Annika, not Anakin Skywalker, but it's a lady who's got Norwegian background, but she works in England. and she solves murders in this really cold part of England. What part of that, Mike? It's all cold, isn't it? But it's like a really cold, dark area of England, and she solves murders. It's cool. Okay, but the thing is, man's best friend is getting pricier. Behind dog parenthood, the most expensive cities to own a dog I see in the U.S. are Oakland at number 3, San Francisco at number 2, and at number 1, Santa Monica, California. I was near there in March of this year, and it's just an expensive town. All those towns are expensive, but dang, Santa Monica. And it's got that song by Everclear. Let's swim out past the breakers. Watch the world die. Yes, so that's all fascinating stuff. Rich Gen Zers, millennials, they're investing in collectibles because, hey, they feel like wasting money. Gen Z and millennial investors are at least 2 times more likely to invest in expensive collectibles like wine, watches, classic cars, and sneakers. That's right. Oh, look, Nelly the horse is here. Wow. And look who else. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart's gift shop supervisor. I'm selling all kinds of collectibles, Mike Matthews. If all the Gen Zer and millennials would like to buy them from me, Mike Matthews, I have lots of collectibles. That's wonderful. Like, what kind of things are you collecting that people can buy? Well, Mike Matthews, here's this cup that I got from a Chick-fil-A, and I'm selling that, Mike Matthews, at the gift shop. Okay, there you go. Everybody's in droves rushing over there. Well, and I also heard that millennials are not so much into investing in stocks. So I don't know about that, maybe, and more into trying to buy a house. Speaking of which, fewer future homes equals future higher prices. The U.S. housing starts slumped in the month of May by 5.5%. Scamming seniors is a growing problem.
Wow, shuts, wow.
Yes, my mom called me shuts. So wow, shuts, wow. Americans older than 60 suffered losses from scams, the big scams, the phone scams, which my mom used to get hit with all the time, by $3.4 billion, an increase of 11% since 2022. For everyone reported, there are 24 others that go unreported. And the electric vehicle maker Fisker has folded in a troubled EV market. Besides Fisker, we have seen the demise of Lordstown Motors, Arrival, and others struggling. Electric vehicle demand is softening, and China is making cheap EVs. That's happening with the EVs. Oh, and Amazon, back to Amazon real quick. They have decided, hey, no more with those bubbles. The big bubbles, the ones of plastic. They look like they could be little pillows. If you were like a little tiny gnome, it'd be a nice pillow for you. It's a plastic pocket filled with air. They're getting rid of them and replacing them with paper, recycled paper. And they have found with tests, they say that it works better, the paper, because the paper absorbs any shock that's happening to the box, like your crumple zone in your car. But like the bubble of air.
I just want to thank everyone for joining us here on this show. This is great.
Would bounce it around like a trampoline. So that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Okay, we are now going to speak to these people real quick.
Right.
Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Wow, Mike, I would like to sleep on a bed that is like an air pocket. Wouldn't that be like an air mattress? Oh, yeah, they have those already. Remember when they had water beds? That was a big thing in the 70s, water beds. Not anymore. You don't see water beds anywhere. I think you can buy one on Amazon for about $300. But you need to put that stuff in the water bed so it doesn't grow algae. Yeah, I don't know. And when it's really cold, you can never seem to warm those things up. Just what I found. All that is fascinating stuff. But speaking of going back in time, let's go back with Matthews. Oh, let's go back with Matthew.
Cassette copy hole.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go. We're going back in time back to when there was the wonderful thing called radio, where it was, we were playing stuff off of CDs. We were cart machines, you name it. We played it whatever way. Actually, this station, KKUR, which no longer exists, it was on the 105.5 FM frequency in Ventura County, and we used CDs. Yes, the CD was inside of a little cart holder thing, imagine a CD case, but it had a little opening in the back, almost like a cart, what do you call them? An 8-track tape. Now I'm throwing out all kinds of weird references you may not know. Denim made it. If you Google or Bing or whatever, a CD cart, it will possibly show you. Anyway, Café Anyway, we were playing music on this station that was, I guess, adult friendly. And this was around 1990.
105.5 FM, the new KKUR, your station. Mike Matthews sitting in for Kelly West. Good morning. It's a little after 1:05. I'm reading the clock on the wall. And this is Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely, on KKUR.
Oh my gosh!
The bottom of the chart.
Pretty good songs that never made it on the radio because people didn't think they were worth it. But you know what? They come back up and people start playing them, and it's like, oh, where'd that come from?
You know, playing the Stevie Wonder, the album version of Isn't She Lovely, where you got his daughter or whoever it is babbling away, that's not the easiest type of radio to do when you got to talk over that. You can't. So this is 1990. I'm about 21, 22, somewhere around there. And here's a little bit more. Oh, remember when Mariah Carey was bigger than the entire universe? What?
And we'll be coming in a little later this morning. Mike Matthews here with the latest from Fleetwood Mac. Here's The Sky's the Limit off Behind the Mask on KKUR.
Oh, that song didn't really take off.
Tell me about the new love you found.
Chicago. Uh-oh.
I'm really happy for you.
He says I'm happy for you.
105.5 FM, the new KKUR, your station, and Mike Matthews taking a look at 2020 weather. Early morning low clouds making way for mostly sunny today with a high of 80. 90 inland, currently in Ventura, it's 61.
Atlantic Star? Wow.
And Jay Silverheels as Tonto. Ain't that interesting? Here's Rod Stewart.
Oh, Rod Stewart, Heart of Mine.
Music 197, good morning, Mike Matthews, rolling through 15 in a row. The latest from Janet Jackson, it's Black Cat. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah. Nobody plays that metal Janet Jackson song where she was doing her little hard rock experimental phase. That was Y97 Santa Barbara. I was working there in 1990 as well.
Boost Music 197 and my brother Daryl, he wanted to say something. Go ahead, Daryl.
Tammy, this next one's for you. I think you know what it is, but in case you forgot, it's Journey, Faithfully.
On Y97, that was very nice, Daryl.
Aw, Journey. I wonder what that was. Okay, I have to tell the truth. I actually stopped the recording and went back and did my quick little... You know how YouTube stole Shazam? And they basically now have it so if you do a Google search, you can click on search songs and you can hear it. So it was Cyndi Lauper, I Drove All Night. That song later covered by Celine Dion. It was also done by Roy Orbison. But okay, and she does that song still in concert and just kills it. She is amazing to see in concert. Okay, what? Now we go further in time. Let's go about 20 years into the future to about 2000. Actually, wow. Let's see. Is this 26 years? or just 10 years? 10, we'll say, I remember like 15 years. 2005, somewhere in that vicinity, I was on another adult-friendly station, but it's interesting, adult-friendly, it changes with time when it comes to that radio format. So here I am on B95.1, also in the Ventura County area.
B95.1, that's Keith Urban, and you'll think of me. On So Do You Like It or What, we played a song called Pretty Vegas. Who did it? We're going to find out in 2 songs. So do you like it or what? 656-9595.
I didn't like it.
B95.1, so do you like it or what?
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Okay.
B95.1, so do you like it or what?
I like it. It sounds good.
656-9595. That would be Outkast, but sounds slightly different. Oh, wow, James Blunt.
B95.1, that song's already #1 in England. He's huge in England now, just starting to get well known. He is James Blunt. You're Beautiful, getting well known here in the U.S. It is Matt Michaels, and I got Ventura County's Most Wanted coming up at 8. It's Tuesday night, so at 7:17, we did So Do You Like It or What, where we played this new song from In Excess. Yeah, the new In Excess song. They got a new frontman that they got from that reality TV show. The new frontman's name is J.D. Fortune. Unbelievable how he sounds like Michael Hutchinson. Just really close. So, tell me, do you like it or what?
Yeah, I did. I liked it a lot.
The song called Pretty Vegas. Now, my trusty interns have tallied up all the votes. I worked them hard, but they do a fine job. And the results. 86% of the vote said they like it.
That was when NXS tried to make a comeback with a singer that they later fired. But he sounded pretty good.
Benita in the morning.
There you go. That was that album is pretty good. If you really miss NXS and you want something that I think it was called Switch or something like that. Yeah, Twitch. That I can't remember. All right, now we go further in time to the present. To actually just recently, maybe a week or so ago, I was on a radio station called KKUP, and suddenly I was interviewed by the host. And it sounded a little something like this, and it sounded a little weird. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that one right there. Do we have you, Mike? Yes, we do.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Lots of mics in this station today.
I found the squeakiest chair I could, so I'm gonna. It's not banjo; it's a chair, Joe.
I don't know what it is about chairs and radio stations. It just
they always make noise.
Yeah, or collapse or do something dumb.
The listener needs to know that we're sitting.
Yep.
No, nothing's going to get knocked over.
So I have Mike Matthews here. He's actually works in radio in the market too.
I do. I'm on but not music. Unfortunately, it's talk.
Yep.
Which thankfully you don't do that here, except for what we're doing at this moment. But
no, actually, there's a lot of talk, spoken word. There's all sorts of whole wider range genre of formats here on KKUP.
But on your show, I'm hearing some amazing music, and the band that's practicing in the other room, they're gonna sound amazing.
Yep, you got to listen to them also on the stream over the weekend.
Yes. Yeah, that was a band from Korea that played bluegrass, and they were called Country Gong Bang. So if you ever hear of them, and a big thank you to Mike Russell for having me on the show. I did not really say much. I talked basically about stuff that I talk about here on the podcast, talking about the days when I was on radio in the Ventura County area, which I've played to you many times here on the Let's Go Back with Matthews segment. But now it's time for the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. I'm going to play you a couple of songs that were sent to me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com or info@mikesdailypodcast.com. Either way, it gets to me. And there was this from someone named Owen Marchildon. Owen explores the underside of fame on celebrity singles. Owen is a songwriter and guitarist who has been part of the Toronto music scene since 2002. 2024 has seen Owen pulling back the veil of all his previous monikers and releasing new music under his own name, starting with this ode to his wife. And let's see, is this the one right here? It is called Celebrity Singles.
I chose Wix for my business.
That sounds like a commercial for an annoying website company. Let's see. Here it is. Go. Owen Marchildon. And this song looks like it's named Celebrity Singles. I can only play a little bit of it or I'll get dinged by YouTube. All right, so that is Owen Marchildon. Then we also heard from someone by the name of Vicky Von Vicky. In 2019, after almost 2 decades, the Toronto indie rock band Vicky Von Vicky reunited, paying tribute to their late friend and former bandmate Andrew Price Smith. That is Vicky Von Vicky, Be Still My Heart, the name of that one. And then the last song sent to me, Mike's Daily Podcast @gmail.com or info@mikesdailypodcast.com, is from Ghost Party. Ghost Party is the debut album from Texas-based psych revival cosmic country outfit Ghost Party. It finds the band exploring a variety of nostalgic musical motifs and bringing them together in an interesting new amalgamation. Wow, what a word. I love that word, amalgamation. Here's a little bit of their song called Ghost Moves. Actually, it's called Teenage Shaman. Ghost Party, name of that. So which one did you like best out of the three of those? Did you like Owen Marchildon, Vicky Von Vicky, or Ghost Moves? You can call me at this number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640. Will you shut ups? Liberty Nation Freedom Phone for all.
And with all things Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame how you can contact me, all the podcast picture stuff, and where to listen to the podcast, etc. All that can be found with what A-Frame will tell you.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.